Before you buy another microphone, watch this video. And who the hell am I? I'm Jesse Carroll. I'm a professional voice actor and coach. I've got over 2,000 voiceover credits. I've made over $1 million in voiceover, and I am the founder of VoiceOver School, where we teach people how to do exactly the same thing. So why am I telling you, fellow voice actor, to watch this video before you buy your next microphone? Because a lot of people make mistakes. A lot of people listen to some guru they see online, and they end up buying some microphone that they think is the only microphone for their voice. It's not the case. You want to get a microphone that all the professional studios use. There's a reason they use these microphones, okay? So first of all, if you're getting your first microphone, you don't need to get a big high-end microphone. Get a Rode NT1 5th generation. It's that microphone. It's like $250, maybe a little bit less than that if you can find one on sale. That microphone is gonna last you at least a year. You can record national spots on it. It's enough to get started. And there's a lot of expenses when you get started in voiceover, and that's really the only one you need to start with. There's other ones that are okay, but who cares? This microphone is proven. It's fantastic. Just get that one. Do not get a USB microphone. They're garbage. I will say that the Rode NT1 5th generation does have an option to use it as a USB mic, but don't use that. Only use the XLR. If you've got a basic microphone and you want to go for one of the big bad boys, you got $1,000 plus to spend, then get one of 3 microphones, depending on your budget. Probably only 2 that really matter. The Sennheiser 416, the Sennheiser MKH 416, I do not know what MKH stands for. It's a shotgun microphone. It's really good at rejecting background noise. And why is that important? Because if there's a lot of background noise, like you got an air conditioner or there's like trucks off in the distance, it won't pick it up as much as another microphone might. So it's really good for that. That's why people get it. That's the microphone I use. It's a nice bright microphone and it works well at a home studio. So it seems to keep my audio pretty damn quiet. It's not like dead silent. Like if there's a truck going by and it's close to your place, it's making a lot of noise, it's going to pick it up. If your air conditioner is super loud, it's going to pick that up too. But I think it's a pretty damn excellent mic for a home studio, and I haven't needed to change it. Another microphone you might like, a lot of people do, is the TLM 103. Some people will tell you that it's not a good one, that you should get the TLM 102, which is a little bit cheaper. Some people say it's fantastic. I tried it. I don't like it at all. I prefer the TLM 103. Neumann TLM 103, by the way. That microphone's a little bit more expensive than the Sennheiser 416, but again, you're going to find this microphone along with the 416 in every major studio out there. And the TLM 103 is kind of like the budget version of the Neumann U87, which is like a $3,500 microphone. Most people don't have that to toss around. If you do, congratulations, go buy it. It's a great mic. But outside of those 3 mics, the Neumann TLM 103, the Sennheiser 416, and the Neumann U87, you don't need to be getting other microphones. It's just a tool to record your voice. Sure, you might like how one brings out certain qualities in your voice, but is the end client gonna like that? There's the reason they use these microphones in all the studios, the 416, the TLM 103, and the U87. Why go outside of the box? Why put yourself through like, oh, I think I'm gonna get a C414, an AKG C414, because I like how it brings out the midtones. Who gives a shit? Just get one of the proven mics that you're going to use if you go into a professional studio. I know if you want to get into video games and animation, they regularly ask what your studio setup is, and they want to make sure that you have the same microphones that they're recording the voice actors on if you're going to record remotely. So that's another great reason why you want to get one of the common microphones that you're going to find in studios, is so that you can work in big budget projects with other voice actors where they're probably going to be recording on the same equipment. Here's the list. To recap, if you're starting out, Rode NT1A 5th generation, that's it. Don't look at any other mics, doesn't matter. And if you're upgrading to, your forever mic, the Sennheiser 416, if you've got a little bit of a noise challenge, that'll be a great mic for you. The Neumann TLM 103, fantastic mic, but it'll pick up a little bit more background noise, it's very sensitive. Or the U87, which is probably one of the best mics you could probably get for voiceover, but it's expensive, $3,500. Will any of these mics change your life? No, nuh-uh. It's like, look at like basketball players who get shoes made for them. Do you think that shoe makes them better basketball players? It might respond a little bit better than like a shitty pair of Converse or something like that, but the main thing is they've got the skill. So don't worry about spending thousands on a microphone right out of the gate. What you want to do is get good. You get good, doesn't matter what microphone you're using. So if you got any value out of this and you want to get more daily voiceover tips, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments, what microphone are you using? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm full of shit? And do you think there's a actual microphone specific to each person's voice? Each special snowflake of a voice gets its own microphone. Let me know in the comments. And if you're looking to crush it in voiceover this year and you're looking to join a community with like-minded individuals of 260 plus killers absolutely slinging voiceover, check out the links below.